An eventful game week 15 is over, which included the postponement of the Everton against Liverpool game due to bad weather. This made me take a punt on selling Mo Salah and getting in Kevin De Bruyne, which failed badly, but I will discuss this more later in this video. But I'll also take a look at an updated watch list for defenders, midfielders and forwards. I'll also discuss the captaincy for game week 16. So let's have a look. 58 points and a green arrow for me. I was having a really tough game week, especially seeing Cole Palmer being captained by so many after the Everton against Liverpool match got postponed. I think that a lot would have gone Salah, but Cole Palmer was the most captain player of game week 15. But my captain, Jared Bowen, he delivered as well on Monday night, so that secured a green arrow for me. Other than that, most of the players blanked, only one assist from Kai Havertz, which is not great. I had Ait Nouri on the bench as well with an assist, but hopefully those players can deliver in game week 16. I took a punt on selling Mo Salah to bring in Kevin De Bruyne when we got the news about the postponement. The reasoning for this is that I had Gabriel. I was not sure that he would start and he didn't. So I had kind of a weak bench because I also had Buonanotte playing against his parent club Brighton, so he was not eligible to play in game week 15, so I had to do something. As mentioned, I took a punt on selling Mo Salah to bring in Kevin De Bruyne when we got the news about the postponement. Kevin De Bruyne, he blanked. He had a couple of chances, but only 2 points for him, so that was a big disappointment for me. He started, so I was really excited before the Man City game, but yeah, it is what it is. But I will at some point bring Mo Salah back. I'm not sure if I will bring in him this game week or ahead of game week 17. I might take a punt actually on going without Mo Salah next game week and just captain another player, and I'll discuss captaincy later in this video. This is my team for game week 16, a lot of home games in this team. All of my players are playing at home except from Jared Bowen. He is playing away against Bournemouth, but he is in fine form, so he will start. In defense, I will have Ait Nouri, Gabriel and Hall, which means that I will bench Kirkis, who's playing against Jared Bowen. I'll also bench Masraoui, who has a tough fixture at the Etihad against Man City. Buonanotte takes the place first on my bench. I really like him as an option, to be honest. When I watch Leicester play, he looks really attacking and really good, but he will be benched for game week 16 for his game against Newcastle. This means that Jared Bowen, Kevin De Bruyne, Palmer, Saka, Cunha, Joao Pedro and Havertz will start game week 16. I might actually take a punt on going against Haaland and Salah. So most teams and some teams actually have both of them, but most teams have at least one of them. I will take a punt in game week 16 by going without any of them, so hopefully they can stay quiet for game week 16, and this will probably mean, especially if some of my other players does well, so hopefully this will mean a new green arrow for me. Of course, the risk is if one of them really hauls, then I will probably get a red arrow. But game week 16, I will take a punt on going without them. I will get Salah back at some point and Kevin De Bruyne will probably make way, but I will give the Belgian the game against Man United at home. I think it's a good fixture for Man City and Kevin De Bruyne, so hopefully he can match or outscore Mo Salah for game week 16. So probably no transfers for me. I will save a transfer for game week 16, but if you need a new player, I will take a quick look at the watch list for defenders, midfielders and forwards. First out are the defenders. I've included budget option in Kirkis, mid-priced option in Estupinian and a premium option in Gabriel. If you already own Gabriel, I know he is selected by 24%, so a lot possibly already have him in their team, but I think that it's a good time for a double up on the Arsenal. Timber would be my option for an Arsenal defensive double up. Kirkis and Bournemouth, they are actually quite good when it comes to their defending, and the stats are really promising for them to keep another clean sheet, and he is really attacking as well. Should have had an assist in game week 15, but it was really close. Estepinian as well, he is starting to find form and looking like the player that we remember from the 22-23 season. So Estepinian is a really good buy and a really big differential at the moment. So if you think that Brighton can keep a couple of clean sheets with their good fixtures going forward, I believe that Estepinian will probably contribute with attacking returns as well. The watch list for midfielders, those players are similarly priced: 6.6 Mitoma, 7.2 Gordon, and 7.4 Jared Bowen. I do believe that it's kind of dependent on your team which player you bring in. I wouldn't want Mitoma if I already had João Pedro, and I wouldn't want to buy Gordon if I already had Alexander Isak. So if I had Isak, I would go Mitoma, and if I had João Pedro, I would consider Gordon. My favorite and the player that I actually have in my team is Jared Bowen. I really like him, and now he's playing up top for West Ham as well. He was my captain in game week 15, and luckily he both scored and assisted. So finally, the watch list for forwards. I still like João Pedro. His price has gone from 5.4 to 5.9, but he's still really good value. His ownership has risen to 22%, so he's not considered as a differential anymore, but I still believe that with the good fixtures Brighton have coming up, I do believe that João Pedro still is a decent buy. A bit more expensive, Isak, 8.6, but a really good player on penalties for Newcastle, and they have decent fixtures as well. He's done well recently and will probably continue to deliver. So if you have 8.6 to spend on a forward at the moment, Isak is probably the best option. So if you want to go a little bit more budget and want a differential at the moment, I think that Evan Nilsson from Bournemouth is one of the best options. You have the players like Delap, Wood, Raul Jimenez. All those players are good options, but my favorite at the moment is Evan Nilsson. He is 6.1, only selected by 4.5% of the managers, and Bournemouth, they have really good fixtures coming up. I wouldn't necessarily want Evan Nilsson if I had Semenyo, but if you don't have the midfielder in your team, I think that he is a really good option up front. Saka, he always seems to be in consideration for the captaincy. In game week 16 he is playing against Everton. They did not play in game week 15 because their game got delayed because of the weather. So they are well rested and probably have worked good on the training ground with Sean Dyche. They already have really good defensive stats. As we can see on the screen, they kept 3 clean sheets, only conceded 4 goals, and have an expected goals conceded of 3.78. So Everton, they are pretty good when it comes to defending. I'm not sure if I will captain Saka for game week 16, to be honest. I will have a look at another option as well. Cole Palmer, the best captain option in game week 15. He will probably be my captain next game week. Chelsea, they are playing against Brentford. They have kept 1 clean sheet, conceded 6 goals. They have 9 big chances conceded and 21 shots on target. When we take a look at expected goals conceded for Brentford, it's 6.17, which is 15th in the league. So Saka is probably a really good option, but I prefer Cole Palmer, and Chelsea's fixture playing against Brentford is probably a better fixture than playing against Everton at the moment. If you have Mo Salah in your team, you would probably want to captain him. He is playing against Fulham. As mentioned, I will take a punt this game week, so I will probably not bring in Salah. So of course then, if you own him, I would consider Mo Salah as well for captaincy, but I also think that Cole Palmer is a really good option. Let me know in the comments down below who will be your captain for game week 16.